Welcome to the art project. I'm going to make this little house out of cardboard. I'm going to have my students do the same thing. If you get on Pinterest and do a search for cardboard houses, you'll come up with all kinds of really amazing looking houses. This one is just a simple one that I kept pretty basic. You can get more creative with it, obviously. I used hot glue and a utility knife and some cardboard, a square to get the cardboard straightened up right, and a pack of crackers. So first thing I wanted to do was make sure that my corner on my cardboard was square. That way my house was like straight up and down. I did everything in 4 inches, like everything's square, like 4 inch by 4 inch, and then the roof is just a basic 45. Once I got two sides, the front side and like the right side, cut out of one piece of cardboard, I traced it so I would have an identical second half. I then scored it a little bit on the corners so that it would bend right. And then I made a bottom for it and a couple of roofs. The two side, one roof, two side. I don't know, how do you say that? Anyway, cut those out so that they would kind of overlap a little bit in the front and in the back, and then trace those and cut out a second one. Once I had all my pieces, I started to assemble it together. Oh, nope, I take that back. I started, before I put it all together, I put doors and windows on it. For the doors and windows, I cut strips that were about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch thick, I think. I just cut several of them that I thought were proportionate to what the house is and what the trim should be for the windows and the doors. Once I had a bunch of strips, I just kind of quickly glued them down and cut them to size, or measured them out and cut them to size. And I put them on there with hot glue. Same thing for the windows. I tried to make the windows about the same size as, or not, about the same height as the door. And then, of course, like some little cross sections, I cut them a little bit thinner so that they would be proportionate with a window. I did that for both pieces. Sometimes I would measure, and sometimes I would just kind of like lay the piece there and mark it and hot glue them on there. I drew a line, I think, to make sure that the window and the door were at the same height. I used a pencil to kind of push the small pieces into place. Then I assembled it with hot glue, being careful to not get it on my fingers because that was super hot. Once I had all 4 sides together, I put the bottom on it to hold it square. Once I had it square, I was able to put the roof on it pretty easy. And then I decided it needed a little bit more, and I put a chimney on it. I used the square and a piece that I already had that had a 90-degree angle cut out of it. And once I got it the size that I wanted and cut out, I just traced to make the second piece. Cut out 2 sides, glued them together. Now this part I think is where it gets real creative. You can add chimneys, porches, columns. If you look at the ones on Pinterest, I saw some that had like a clothesline hanging out front on the front porch to hang their clothes, and they had like little clothes cut out. You can add a little path, you can add trim, you can add gutters, you can add whatever your house might have. You can add multiple houses together to make a larger house with add-ons. In fact, I started one of those. Should be in the next video, or a video coming out pretty soon. A larger house with like 3 stories and so on. So I cut out this little piece of trim, like a little vent at the top of the house, and then I put it on the top of the house. So anyway, pretty simple stuff. One thing that's really important: don't cut your pieces of cardboard out of the middle of a really nice big piece of cardboard. Other than that, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment down below.